Greetings, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, Defender of the Golden Throne and Servant of Humanity. Good to see you guys. Sorry. So sorry. The amount of troubleshooting was an absolute pain in the butt. Thank you to my mods, who were helping me out so much. And I was a little irritated and short with them. I apologize. I just want to say that in front of everybody here. I am very sorry that I was getting irritated. So we're doing minis today. Sorry about that. So sorry. It was a game installation. It wasn't an installation issue. It wouldn't even boot up. We fixed that. And then my capture card would only capture the mouse from the game. It wouldn't capture anything else. So that's a whole other problem we got to figure out. Let me turn all my redeems back on. Okay. I think they're all on. Oh yeah, heavy tech support. Heavy tech support. But you know, we got it fixed. We're good. New equipment arrived time. Yes, doctor. I was also gonna message you. The camera mount is here, and it's lovely, and it's nice. The camera is right here, and I don't have to worry about knocking it over. So no more anxiety. Hopefully, I meant to message you before this, but I had a whole dumpster fire because we switched what we're doing today because of stupid Dawn of War. Anyways. Yeah, it works really well. And the only thing, if the mounting did have an issue, it would just swing that way, which points at nothing. So we're safe. The most you could see is my phone, but it has my other face on it. If I didn't have work in 7 hours, I would be drinking because of Dawn of War 2. Like, because the game was rough when you played it, or because of this troubleshooting. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And chat, are you for real? Oh, wait. Hang on. Can I change it? Of course. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Chat, I was fiddling with settings. Dude, I'm so mad. Okay. I'm so mad. I changed the frame tearing issue. I'm like, oh cool, I fixed it. But I was fiddling with it, trying to get the capture card to work, and I forgot to turn it back. So, I can't change it while I'm streaming. But will you guys promise to come back if I stop stream and restart it? Oh my gosh, I want to die. I want to die in a hole. You guys, it'll be really fast. It is going to be... Wait, let me turn on the stream protection. 1 second. My voice. Let me make sure it's on, because if it's on, then you guys could probably just hang here. Stream. Where is it? Disconnect protection, that's what it is. Refresh. Oh my word. Okay, of course, that's so funny that when I was fiddling with it, I forgot to turn it back on. We're good. I fixed it. I didn't check, I didn't test, but... I'm going to commit Sudoku here. Are you for real? It worked earlier. I swear on my life, it worked when I was testing it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to... Oh my gosh. No, please. I'm already upset as it is. Oh my gosh. And we're painting today. A stream with no plan is also a good stream. I mean, we could also just do other things. I swear on my life it worked, chat. Let me check the camera. Let me check the camera. Bro, I swear. Okay. Output. So see, the trick with these cameras is that they say the output is 60p. However, I looked it up. It's actually like 59.94, which is what I have it set to now. But apparently that was a lie. Want to know what's better than 22? 21? Do I have my lighter in here? No, I don't. It's by the grill. Ugh. I am having a day. I swear I checked it. I swear on my life. I don't know why it's being so weird. What's the FPS value on this? Yeah, that's okay. I'm not having a year. It's not that bad. Yeah, I've been scammed. I've been scammed. I'm trying to think. Maybe the camera hates streaming? I hope not. I have a person I was asking questions, but I've been ghosted. I mean, I'm sure they're busy, but they suggested this camera to me, and I'm like, hey, I have questions. I have not had these questions answered. Stab them? Why would I do that? That's terrible. That's terrible. Let me just think. Because this was the whole How annoying is it? Very. What if I will test here? What if I move very slowly? What if I move so slowly the tearing just doesn't happen? Okay, that's impossible because I'm sitting here holding. Impossible. Yeah, pulling a drags, yeah, by stand. Perfectly still. Yeah, I know, if it was on the same line, then I would just crop it, but... Man. It's due the hurts? Okay, well... I don't know how to fix that on this camera. Okay. Live troubleshooting. We'll do this so you guys aren't too bothered. Sorry, chat. Live troubleshooting. Let me see where it is. Menu, setup. Okay. Setup menu. Menu, go to the setup tab. Also, the camera blocks when I, like, change my angle. I'm gonna slide my phone here. You guys can see my face is a frustration as I do this. Okay, so setup. We need... Man, I'm looking at this backwards too and upside down. Here, I'll do this. You can at least see me better. Page 2. Okay. That up to this one. Says, okay, camera's gonna restart, but we're gonna do that. That's fine. Okay, this might fix it. Okay, just okay, it's running on that. Let me check the setting. Dude, it worked earlier. I'm really annoyed. Okay. It's worse. Yeah, it's worse now. Didn't know that was possible. Okay, we'll switch it back. So it is actually at the right frequency. The capture should be the same, but let me double check. Match output FPS, yes. Custom. No, that's... It doesn't give me the option to change it. This is what it did earlier. It's fine now. What happened? No, there's no... The tearing isn't there. There's no tearing. I am... I'm not touching anything. I'm not we're Guys, this is what it was like earlier. So I don't know what happened because all I did was fiddle, like I looked at the settings, but I ultimately didn't change them on OBS. Good thing I have a code red. Good thing I have a code red here. That's a nice crisp image. Would you recommend this camera to another? Yes, it is the Sony ZV-E10. I'm gonna put it on my about page on Twitch. I haven't done it yet because I haven't had a successful stream with it. This is a regular like face cam. And this one. And you can see my pores, my calluses. Don't take my fingerprints, chat. Don't do that. Okay. I'm gonna need 5 code reds for this. Anyways, chat, are you ready to finally paint minis? But before we do that, I want to show you guys how the dice turned out. So I'm gonna lead with the dice pour we did. When was that? Sunday? The absolute worst one I've had in a long time. Not only did the pour go disastrously, I had 5 molds in there. I think, yeah, 5 molds. Only 2 of them were, like, successful. Yeah. Maybe, no. 2.5. 2 of them were absolutely jacked up. It was bad. I didn't even... That's a reason why I didn't put pictures.
Cleared.
So, let me lead with... These are the voltage dice. Absolute fat dumpster fire because, half of the orbs floated to the surface, and then other ones, oh, dude, the flaws were absolutely heinous. Some of these are even, like, mediocre, but here, I'll... Check this out, chat. You can now see the dice better. It's really pretty. It'll turn out really nice, but I made 20 of them, and only, like, technically 10 of them. I have an 11th that I'll need to repair, but... And some of these aren't even all that good. Like, the mold also, I had to throw one of the molds away because some of the orbs had, like, I didn't seal them up completely, and I didn't notice. So there was voltage, there was Mountain Dew in the molds. So I threw the mold away. It was old anyways, but I was like, oh gosh, like my hands were sticky. Some of the resin didn't cure because there was Mountain Dew in the resin. Oh gosh. 11 out of 20 is not too bad for me. That's a pass. Well, for me, I usually get like 80 to 90%. Now we have dice scuff. No, that was on Sunday, but that was like my worst. I was pulling them out in the mold and I was very disappointed, but this one you can kind of see what it'll look like. This one is like the most clear, but still, it's kind of sticky still. I had to wipe it off to make sure, but I still get some voids, but still pretty. But you know what? That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I am a little bummed these didn't work out because I basically... The glass orbs, I lost all of them. Any of them that, like, failed, it's like, it's not just the resin, it's also the orbs. Anyways, the ones that didn't fail, which I'm really glad didn't fail, are the, Alpha Legion dice. Here, let me just... They turned out really, really nice. I love the color. Yeah, the Mountain Dew betrayed me. Here. So you guys can see the green here. You can't see the blue. But when I look at it from this angle, you guys see the green flash. I see it blue. It's really cool. And you can kind of see the swirl that's in there, like the gray. Now you guys can really appreciate the dice I've made. Let's see, there's a... This one, too, has a nice gray swirl. It'll be more obvious when it's polished. And then this is the D20. So you see, there's a huge thing of gray. It's gonna look really awesome here. You can't see it very well, but it's gonna have some nice clear and gray sections like silver. And then here's the snake head. So it ended up being a little funky. This is the jaw. That's the eye. The other eye is right there. But overall, very, very happy with how these turned out. Yeah, voltage is easier to get than snakeskin, 100%. But yeah, I am quite content with how these turned out. Ooh. Oh. At least in the United States, it's easier. Okay. Oh, let me put this over here. I don't have to turn my head. But yeah, very happy with this. It's beautiful. Welcome in, Just Peaches. I assume that's how you say your name, but... Oh, wait, here's one with, actually, this one has a big chunk of silver in it. Okay. Oh, boy. I'm really glad I didn't have the Xepher Arcade little logo up. This scuff brought to you by Xepher Arcade. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Okay, put these here. Okay. Put them in their little tray. I'll put them away later. Oh, I just messed it up. Whatever. Whatever, who cares? I am in the business of I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Can I ask you a question? I want to start on 40k, but I live in Brazil and GW is not in the country. So no stores, no Citadel paint, nothing. Any official items are really expensive. Any hints? You do not have to use the official paints. I don't know how 3D printers are in your area. 3D printers are good if you want to play and not do anything official, which it kind of seems like there's nothing official in your area anyways. 3D printer, eBay, or third-party sites, but I imagine, guys, shipping is going to be a bit rough. And also, you can use regular, like, acrylic paint. Like, this is, like, acrylic paint I got from the store that I use on occasion for some of my projects, so you don't have to use this. This might be scuff, but you know who isn't? Xepher Arcade, our sponsor for today. Everybody say thank you to Xepher Arcade for sending me these minis and making my day better because we're not playing Dawn of War 2. Time to wet this palette. Okay. Yeah, lots of good paints. Mix acrylics with matte, medium, and water. There you go. Wait, Doctor, you're giving advice, but you haven't painted any minis? Can we get a throne page set up for Doctor? So chat can send him Warhammer? If there was official GW in Brazil, would have cost an arm and a leg. I agree. I believe you. I used too long ago. What? Doctor had a throne page? He had a throne page? That's wild. So why did you take it down? Is it because people didn't get you anything, or they got you too many things? And thank you, Watcher. Thank you for the bits. Yes, I'm back. Hello, hello. Ugh, man. He's rough. It's rough. I do feel like I need a cigarette, like what my mod said. I need a cigarette after this. Anyways, I was gonna prime these wings, but I decided I did not want to deal with that today, having to get up in the middle of stream, unless I have to. So we're gonna... You're going to paint. Also, I accidentally broke off his arm while I was testing something. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. I want to see my skills. Oh. A tall order. My skills. Who is texting me? What the heck? I'm getting like a bunch of messages. Am I in a group chat? Oh, it's my mom. Okay, sorry, Mom. I was like, why am I getting so many text messages? Am I in a group chat? Cigarettes, are custodians allowed to use that? Hey, look, it's not gonna affect my performance. Not a throne? I painted minis? Wait! Doctor, you painted minis? What'd you paint? What did you paint? I didn't know this. A lot of guys Doctor's age did some kind of miniatures. How old do you think Doctor is? I'll send pictures later. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let me grab. I'm like dinosaur age, 40 at least. That's what you guys are saying. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think he's 40. I don't think he's 40. Okay, we're gonna need this because I unglued that thing on accident. We need, so we did our gold. We need to do some other base stuff before we do something. Let me reach over here, get my, oh, I'm throwing things. I'm just so angry, chat. Ugh, so mad. Ugh. Okay. Black. I probably need a gray. And a silver, yeah, okay. I have a teenage daughter. Yeah, I have a guess. I have a guess, but I will not say. Because I don't think, yeah, even in group chats with you, with Cha-Cha and other people, I don't think ages have ever been spoken. At least, I know girls, we've exchanged our ages, but... Let me think. Okay, I got the red, I got this. Do I need anything else? Oh, my white. I should grab my white. White. I take this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do red. I'm feeling some color. I'm feeling color. Bop, 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 bop. So actually, we gotta do white first because I need to get his pauldron. Where's his other pauldron? Oh, I don't have it primed. Okay, I'll have to prime it later. That's fine. I would have primed some things if I didn't have scuff prior to stream. So we're gonna take White Scar White. You do a comparison. They're comparable. Okay. We're gonna do a marbly pattern. Oh, what am I doing? We're gonna do a marbly pattern on this pauldron here. Well, honestly, I think I'll just work on it while it's not glued to his arm. That might be easier. I'm gonna put on a glove so I don't take off the paint. What am I painting? Sanguinary Guard. Okay, so I'm gonna get my paint scooping brush. Aurelia, is it? Whoa, excuse me. Excuse me. As another woman, you should know it's rude to ask a woman her age. It's very rude. Did I not open this? Oh, I think this is fresh. They're comparable. Well, I'm gonna keep this closed, actually. I don't think I've opened this. We're not gonna use that. I'm using titanium white. According to my lore video, she's closer to 100,000. What? No. No. Where in my lore video does it say that? Or even imply that? You're working on a Sanguinius versus Angron piece? Ooh, very cool. Why is Black Templars not a chapter option in the Discord? Oh. Because I can't include every chapter. I just kind of stuck with Legions. For the most part. There might be one in there. Does that qualify for hag status? Shh. Shh. We don't talk about that. That we're getting into dangerous territory, chat. Okay. This is a high flow acrylic. This is actually perfect. I'm wearing my froggy shirt today, and this is perfect for painting here if you guys want proof. Frog! It's a really big shirt. She sent me like extra large or something. It's super comfy. Long live the frog queen. Frog, frog, frog. I found out she posted something on her Instagram where she's wearing like my shirt. She's wearing like my merch in this video, and I was not expecting that. Oh, hang on. Put this here. Okay, my golds, or put my silvers here. And the white is going off, and we're gonna put red here. Okay. We gotta have an aesthetically pleasing lineup, because people will see a messy setup. They'll be like, skip! Skip! Okay. I only need a tiny bit. Okay. Let me know, chat, if you end up seeing that tearing thing happening again. In theory, we shouldn't see it again this stream, but you know how that goes. I'm gonna do a white base here. We're gonna have to do the marbling on this one by hand. It's always stressful getting clothes for a woman you've never met in person. Rip shirt size. Yeah. I was stressed because I bought Cha-Cha a sweater. And I was like trying to figure out what size sweater I should get, because I'm like, okay, like, do I get her like an extra, like, okay, she's not an extra large, let me clarify. I was like, should I get her an extra, like a larger sweater so she can be like wrapped up in it? But like, what is that size for her? Is that a medium? Is that like a large? Like, what size should I get her so she feels like all like cozy in a big sweater? Stressful. Thank goodness I have a DM with her husband where I only message him for secret Cha-Cha questions. Be like, excuse me. Like, I'll just be like, would your wife like this? Like, I feel like he wingmans for me for his wife. I can be like, okay, do you think your wife would like this? And then he like says yes or no. It's pretty funny. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-Cha's not an extra large. The only thing she's extra large in is, well, we know what that is. Her heart. She has a very large heart. She loves everybody. That's how. Okay, we're gonna let this dry here in a second. I'm probably gonna need to redo the gold trim a bit. Okay, so while that dries, we're going to get the red ready. We're gonna use Mephiston Red for the cloth here. Oh, Handsome One, thank you for the 80 streams streak, and Stonebreaker for the 35 stream streak. I know you weren't talking about the heart at first. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. There we go. I now have blood in the cup. Okay, you know what we should use while we're here, and it's a sponsored stream. One of the people that I work with to get my 3D printed bits is Last Hope Miniatures. They have partnered with Golden Maple, the paintbrush brand, to get us some nice paintbrushes. So we're gonna use them for today. You guys should check him out. He's really cool. He currently prints my he currently prints my 3D Aurelia mini, if you want that. But he also does a bunch of other third-party printing. He's really a stand-up guy, super nice. Go check him out. And yeah, so we're gonna be using his paintbrushes for part of this. I'm pretty sure that you've appeared on my Insta quite a few times. Are you the VTuber who claims to be Sanguinius' wife? Yes, that's me. Hello, hi. we are painting some of his sons today. My sons, really. I mean, it's both. It can be both. Water this down. I think that... that should be good enough. Really close. I might need a little bit more water, but claims she is brother. Well, people who are new, that they're not sure the first time, so we'll be nice. Oh man, I'm almost out of Code Red. Dang, I drank so much of the Code Red doing troubleshooting. It feels like I've been streaming longer than 40 minutes because of the pressure of getting Dawn of War set up. Trying. Anyways, ate all the popcorn in the previews. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what happened here. Forgive if the camera angle, like if I forget and I go out of the screen. This is my first time using it like this, where it's actually working too. But it's hard since I am farther away from the mini. I might need to get the finer brush. I like this brush. This one is pretty nice. I mean, there's something nice about having new brushes. Feels pretty smooth. I should probably... This little vial, I think this is going to be red too, so we're going to paint that as well. Oh, sorry. It was focused on my hand here. Sorry. Forgive. I could use the OBS preview. I was thinking about it, but it's off to the side. If I had it on a screen in front of me that way, it would totally work. Flip. But yeah, shout out to Watcher for this camera. Watcher pretty much covered the majority of this camera. It's pretty awesome. You know I was complaining about scuff earlier, but the scuff is not his fault, and honestly, it's already quite an improvement. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna get the thinner brush now. Do you play the tabletop game? I do. I need to sit down with Froggy when she gets back from her from her trip and see if she wants to play 11th with me. I haven't played it yet. It's a really nice camera. Perfect. Like, I asked some mini painters. I was like, guys, I want a new camera. You guys have recommendations? And they recommended this. So I've just decided to blend my camera setups because I like my hand cam. And it's good for, like, overall, like, just general looking at the whole setup. Because I don't want to keep touching this lens and, like, zoom in, zoom out. It's just... it would be annoying in the long run, so doing it like this is a lot easier for me to just press a button and change the angle. Even though I have to be cognizant of it. Get it all? I don't think. And then we have a fun stretch I need to get between, you guys can see it right there, between the leg. Oh gosh. It's called Let's Keep Painting the Other Color. Trying not to get the gold armor. Woo! Aw, dang it, I got the leg here. No, get off, get off. Well, that's easier to fix. That's okay. Little touch up here. This little edge I didn't get very well. Sorry. I never noticed the armor had abs. That's like its key feature. That's like the key feature. How am I today? I'm doing all right. We had a lot of scuff. So this is not what we had planned, but you know, we're making it work. Buzz. There we go. But you know, today is still a day where we can be successful in our painting endeavors. Even though today was not supposed to be painting. That's okay. Go from the back this time. Oh, if you do decide to get some minis or paintbrushes or whatever from Last Hope Miniatures, don't forget to use code Aurelia. If you use code Aurelia, you get 40% off, which is like the biggest number in terms of like discounts. I think of all of my people that I'm affiliated with, I think that's the biggest discount I have. So, you know, if you like 3D printed stuff, do it. Do it. Tired from all this scuff. The scuff makes me eepy. That's why I'm tired for every stream. Okay, sorry. I gotta hold him at a weird angle so I can You guys probably won't be able to see him unless I lean forward. I can lean. I think I got it. Let me check on the camera. Okay, got it. Good, good, good. This one is so hard because it's like really between his legs. Like, oy, makes me wish I'd painted it before gluing him, but whatever. I really like this red. Mephiston red is a very, very nice red. Highly recommend. Well, I just painted his boots. Good thing we'll go over it in gold again. Have you created your own Space Marine chapter? Yes, actually we have. If you join the Discord, you can hear all about the Radiant Suns. And by I created it, I mean I named them. But my community decided to take it upon themselves to write the lore for them, which honestly, 10 times better than anything I could have sat down and wrote. Like, I'm still delinquent on tasks regarding my own lore. So the fact that they came out and they're like, check this out, look at this lore. Boom. Amazing. Fantastic. We need to sit down and do that. Is that a next week? Let's do that next week. That's a good plan. Next week we will read the codex in its entirety. Because we're gonna have a mini painting competition coming up very soon. Doctor, I hope you join. And it would be good to go over the primer so everybody has all the information they need. And then perhaps I'll paint my own. Yeah, that's a good plan. A competition. Yes, a mini painting competition. Mm-hmm. We're gonna paint the red, the blood drop on his arm. Sorry. Get it all? Okay. And I think are you excited for the live-action Warhammer TV show created by Amazon Prime starring Henry Cavill? I am excited, Spike. Thank you for the super chat. I am excited for whenever that happens. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be pretty cool. If you're willing, what's the most interesting combat you've been in recently? Well, I can't really talk about that. It's classified, sir. I can't really tell you about my exploits. It's highly classified. I'm sorry. That's unfortunate, but you know. Let me check this really fast. Okay, yeah, his pauldrons are red, so let's paint that too. Doctor just paints a Cha-Cha Marine. Well, it's gonna be a Radiant Suns competition. That's the plan. But I wonder how that's gonna be judging wise. I won't lie. I'm like, how's that gonna work? Sorry. The camera's just like a little bit outside my regular like painting range. So I forget that I need to have it a little farther away from me. Go. Red. With how shiny the paint is, it looks like nail polish. It's Mephiston red. It's a really nice color. I think I need my even thinner... Oh, is this the thinnest brush? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, we'll do our best then. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh. Blob. Yeah, this brush is a little too big. I need a smaller one for this particular. Let's see. Would nail in Mephiston red? How nice would that be? Let's hang on. Let's take a little peek here. I'll humor you. All right, I'm doing this with my left hand, so forgiveness. One second, I gotta clean up the edges. Okay. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, that's quite a lovely color. Okay. Next stop, I will go to the nail salon and find a color almost like this. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad on me. Let me wipe that off. YouTube told me Aurelia was gonna play Dawn of War 2 for the first time. Okay, so I was, brother. But there was a series of issues. We could not play it today. So first off, I was having issues booting up the game with Windows 11. Did not like it. So finally figured that out after 45 plus minutes of troubleshooting. It was actually an hour plus. Finally figured it out. Once I got the game booted up, my capture card was not capturing the game right. As in, it was only capturing the in-game mouse, but it wasn't capturing any of, like, the regular screen. Brother, I have no idea. And I was like, at that point, it was like, I was like 40 minutes overdue, and I just decided we were going to paint minis instead. So I apologize. We will be playing it. The goal is to play it tomorrow, if it behaves. I cannot promise that's going to happen. I really have to figure out what's going on because it's an issue with the game. So I apologize. I really do apologize. I wanted to play it today. So sorry, Calvin. We will get to it hopefully tomorrow. If not, eventually. I don't know. I want to, trust me. I really wanted to play it. This brush is thinner. Okay. Okay. That all cleaned up. Okay. These are like, wait. What was this one? Yeah, it was really weird. It was a really weird situation. Even the mods were confused because I was like, mods, I'm struggling. And they were assisting. And then it was a hot mess. Okay. I'm gonna do a second coat after this, but get that crack there. Okay, there we go. Now we gotta get this part. Hang on. Come on, camera. We gotta get behind the goblet and get that red. Oh boy. Okay. Do I play Tacticus? No, I have not played Tacticus before. I'm so glad we have a chill stream today after all that troubleshooting. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's a bit of a relief. Yes, don't worry. If I get tangled up with some Drukhari in a fight, don't worry. I will be doing my absolute best to make sure they never come back. You got it, brother. Gotta get this little red lip under here. Sure, I can make sure you guys can still see it. Well, that wasn't quite what I wanted, but oh well, it's fine. There we go. Which do I enjoy more, the kit bashing and the painting or the video games? Depends on the video game. But I think overall, I think I prefer the painting and the kit bashing, because the amount of times I'm ready to stream and I boot up a game, I'm like, man, I really am not in the mood to play like Dawn of War. Like when I was first like learning Dawn of War, I was really not interested in playing it very much because I wasn't particularly good at it. So I would say most of the time, miniature painting does not stress me out per se. It's just, it's more relaxing overall and requires less of my brain power, which I think is why I prefer it. Okay. I do not generally call myself a gamer. That is correct. I find more enjoyment in the mini painting. This is facts. I got it all red. We can always put it up later. It'll be a little messy. Yeah, nice meditative painting. It's very relaxing. Dude, if the camera was just like 2 inches, like a few inches that way, I would not have to change my stance at all. I could just paint to where I'm like, oh, this is the perfect distance. There we go. Are you painting a whole army of Blood Angels or just the Sanguinary Guard? Blood Angels, I would like to do a whole army for eventually. Right now, it's just the Sanguinary Guard. Oh, he has a blood drop on his spear. On his sword. Alright, will it focus? There we go. No, we have a purity seal. I was gonna wait to do the purity seal on the other pauldron, since I have to do the marble stuff, so it's not worth it trying to do it now, unless it might be, so I don't mess up the marble later. Actually, we'll go back and do. It's still painted. There we go. Hello, hello, welcome in, Metal Druid. Oh, ouch. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do another coat of red. What color should the... Oh, actually, I think, what do you guys think? I was gonna make this spear, the handle on the spear, also marble. What do we think about that? Do we like that? So it matches his pauldrons. I feel like that would be really cool. I see you missed a lot of gold color while spraying onto your glove. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely, that's what happened here. Go for it, sounds good. Okay. These guys are each unique, so it felt like it would be cool for them to have a little bit of customization so it matches their general armor aesthetic and theme. There we go. Little purity seal. I don't know anything about metallic paint and air sprayers. I have no idea. It very well could, but I'm not the expert on that. Hey, get in. Sorry, I gotta hold it at this angle so I can get this far side. There we go. The gold is coming out really smooth. Nice work. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're gonna do another coat of red. Let me get my other... Actually, I'll stick with... We're gonna come back to this brush. Painting Blood Angels? Yeah, I'm painting my Sanguinary Guard. Too much paint. Forgive the dead air, I apologize. I noticed that you hold your paintbrush between your middle and ring fingers. Do you write that way too, or do you think it helps with control? I think it's control. Do I write that way? No, I totally write that way. I forget. That's my writing callus. You can't really see it. It used to be really prominent. There you go. In school, that is how I hold my pencil. So yeah, that's just how I hold the paintbrush. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that makes sense. I've seen people use Gilliman Flesh and Gold, and it kind of works. Of course, your model, your choice. I like to use Wildwood. Because it gives off more of antique tones, which I prefer on my gold models, like my Custodes. I can show you the difference here in a second, because I use Reichland Flesh Shade, but it really makes them look red. And Jay, thank you for the 20 months! And Kaylin, thank you so much for the Prime. I'm sorry I missed it a couple minutes ago. Forgive me. Go. Nice bright red. And it dries down to a pretty nice color. Like, obviously we gotta get a second coat, but... like, this is it fresh, but when it goes down, it has a nice matte look. Pointy-eared human likes wood color. Bro. Bro. You guys would say things even if I liked a color that was like Votan purple or something like that. You guys would be like, you wouldn't say anything about that then, but it's only because I happen to like a shade named one thing. The thing I like about this mini here is that once I paint this one section... oh shoot, that is not what I wanted. I'll fix that. Once I paint this one section, like on the loincloth red, I don't really have to give it a second pass because it's between his legs and you can't really see it anyways. I accidentally got his leg here, so I'm trying to wipe off what I can. But I think I'm just gonna have to go back over with the gold. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back over with the gold. Front now. Sorry. We'll get there eventually. We will get there eventually, y'all. It'll be second nature. I won't even need to think about it. That's gonna be it. I got more of my red on the gold, but better to get all the angles now. Whew. Hugh implying she's an Eldari? Heresy. I believe they're implying she's a Wood Elf brother, which is worse. If I was gonna be an elf, it'd be a high elf. that bad boy. I might need a couple coats on this pauldron to make it look even. I don't know if it'll be really even on its own. Which High Elf? Elder Scrolls High Elf or D&D High Elf? I haven't played Elder Scrolls, so I'm gonna go with the D&D High Elf. I feel like this is an important question, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna pass this test. There we go. We get the red on this pauldron. Oh, I need to get the gaps between the wing. Oh, no, I don't, actually. I don't. We're good. There we go. Pancreas No Work has a great video on why Elder Scroll elves are awful. I'll have to take his word for it because never played. My bad. I've talked to Pank enough times. We don't talk about that. We've not talked about Elder Scrolls before. Kind of mopped up. Gonna get this there in. Look at this boy. Gonna take us a hot minute to get all this painted. Whew. I think we'll do this little bit here in red. You know, get the backside too. I need to paint the skull. But I'll probably paint it after I do a wash. Because we gotta do all the base details before we do the wash. Ay, it's gonna take us a bit. Ugh. Okay. You... bit red here. A little touch up on the sword. You go down and do the red here. I'm gonna do the red teardrop on this later because I want to put the metal color down first. I think we've done all the red on these two minis. We'll let that sit for a little bit. Do you dry brush at all? We probably will do a little bit of dry brush. I don't have great skill at dry brushing, so I really don't do it. Ugh. Why is the gun barrel not drilled? I assume you're talking about this. Is that what you're talking about? Leonardo? Oh, and Jay, thank you for the 20 months. And Sir RG, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it. Oh, Oh yes, and it is Mephiston red. It is Mephiston red. It's very nice. Okay, we're gonna do the armor gaps next. That, I think, is a good plan. Yeah, I do like this brush from Last Hope Miniatures. If you want your own set, Last Hope Miniatures did a collab with Gold Maple. Really good. Use code Aurelia. So we'll do the black. Get all the little gaps. Oh yeah, I have opened this one. This just felt like, Let's get this out. I don't need too much. I don't need too much. Proceeds to scoop out like a ton. Is the GW Inquisition going to come after you for not using Citadel brushes? If GW ever decided to do that, they'd be digging their own grave. I'm not saying specifically with me, but if they got on people's cases for not using their brushes, that would be the dumbest PR thing ever. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, but that would be really, really stupid. Really stupid thing for them to do, so I don't anticipate them actually doing it, but you never know. You never know, chat. Put the wings over here. Okay. We're gonna use this guy. I'm gonna do all the black in between armor segments to the best of our abilities. Penumbra Skeletor, we will be doing a Radiant Suns painting competition. So it'll likely be Space Marines, but I need to solidify some details. Oh. Why don't we use this handy dandy camera? Gap here. That little gap there. That's black too. It looks like there's this tiny, forgive me, you can kind of see it right here. I thought it was part of the armor, which, you know, technically it is, but this little gap here, this little gold stripe I gotta get without messing up the armor. Hello, welcome in. Sorry, YouTubers. I was focused on this. That was really beautiful. The elf. Thank you. I'm glad you like this. I appreciate it. I am trying my very best. I really want these guys to turn out really nice. Not that I don't want any of my other minis to, but I want this Kitbash to come out really, really nice. So I'm just really, really want this to look good. Also, this is for a sponsor, so I don't want my sponsor to be like, you don't really paint very well, we're gonna cancel our sponsorship. They wouldn't do that. I'm joking, but I still want it to look good. I'm definitely gonna need 2 coats of black here. Let me look a picture of the Sanguinary Guard. There's this little gap here in the armor, and I don't know if it's supposed to be black or if I should, like, there's a gap here. I think that's black. Yeah, black. I just don't know what part of this is the body glove and what's not. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Figure it out. Thank you. I need more black underneath here. Okay. I think most of it is body glove. Yeah, I think this little gap here is body glove, but I've got to check. Let me look at some pictures. Let's look at pictures. Open image in new tab. Okay, yeah, that is the body glove. Oh, interesting. They paint the little pouches and buckles black. I was gonna paint them brown. Something to consider. Okay. It's the not the ab area. It's this area right. Whoa, figure it out, camera. Right by my thumb, like right below my nail. But they painted it black, so. My black a little too watered down. I know it's not sticking as I'd like it to. And now, chat, what do you think? So, the way they painted their Sanguinary Guard, is that they made their pouches black. I was thinking about making mine brown, but what do we think about that? Do we think it would be better to stick with something black? Or do we want to go with the brown? What do you think will look better? Ugh. Yeah, no, the area just, it looks weird because you're like, oh, what part's like decorative and what's not? I think those are hoses. We could probably paint the hoses too. Yeah, here. Let me get the reference image. Okay. One moment. So the pouches on the belt are black. I was going to do brown. But I'm now second guessing. Dark brown. Meat in the middle. Okay, yeah, dark brown. Okay, so dark brown. Even YouTube's agreeing too. And I guess if I do it in brown, the wash that I end up doing will darken it. So yeah, that'll be better than the black. Okay. I'll have to mix that. I'll have to mix that myself. Why not both? Well, because it's not gonna look good if it's some are black and some are brown. You gotta... I would like to have some amount of uniformity. Alright, well, I'll give that guy a break while I do this one. It's a little watered down, but I think that'll help me get some of the areas later. Now to get this awkward angle with his butt. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun. You guys see that? No, you can't see that. Even if it's blurry, at least you guys can vaguely see what I'm doing. Yes, I do also come in black on occasion based on when chat decides to redeem that reward. Sorry, I gotta have a weird angle so I can see underneath. Yes, chat, I am looking up his armor. I'm sorry. I'm being very respectful about it, though. Okay. Oh, I gotta go back and paint that guy's hoses, but we'll get to it in a second. Can I get it so it's... hang on. What is up, Amber? That's not my name. That is a pretty name, though. I don't feel like you hear that name very often. Alright, now time to get the gaps on his arms. Whoop. Apologies, chat. I had to lock in more than I thought I was going to for some of these sections. I don't like having dead air. Being a chatterbox. That's why I stream, because I'm a chatterbox. I would like to do as a chatterbox does. Gotta get this area under altered. Ooh, wow. Ooh. I am messing some of this up quite a bit. I'm definitely gonna need to go over in gold again. Holy moly. Is anyone else working on any fun minis today? I know originally we were supposed to do this tomorrow, and I usually ask people what they're up to, but did anyone decide to switch up their plans and work on some minis? What are you guys doing? Have a good dinner with your grandparents, Penumbra Skeletor. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. I finally finished clipping the You're Back video from like 10 days ago. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I gotta go back. Oh. Finding you last night inspired me to play through Space Marine again. Yeah, do it, do it, do it. I hope you're having fun. I'm working on a Ripper Swarm. Oh. Def Cop does. Oh, okay, well, which orc faction? A tiny little gap here. Paint black, but also jack up and round it black. Table right here. I'm gonna let this sit for a second. I'm going to paint the hoses here. Decide to paint Magnus finally. Oh, good luck. Good luck. First time making it to one of the streams. Glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here. Oh man, I'm sorry, Iron Father, that you had to sell your minis. I'm sorry for that. Planning on jumping into the minis for my birthday, but that's still a ways off. For now, I just sit back and watch others so I can learn. Good idea. YouTube videos are super helpful. That's how I figured out the formula that I like for painting my guys. I need a tiny bit more black. Tiny bit more. A really, really small drop of water. I don't want it watered down too much, because I think I got it a little too watered down by the end. The ratio was off. In the beginning it was fine, but then it just kind of dropped off and is not what I wanted it to be. Let's take a look here. There's a tiny gap here. Ooh. Above his knee. You guys can see it from that. Okay, now for the hoses underneath the arms. Yes, I use a wet palette. You can't see it. It is off to the side, though. If I go to... Hang on. Pat, pat, pat. Wet palette. But currently I'm in the zoomed in mode. You guys can see what I'm doing. I got gifted this camera, and dang it, we're gonna use it. I want to see the picture that they did for the base of the... Okay, this just kept the same color. I was looking at the attachment points. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, you gotta be careful with primer. You gotta be, you have to have a light touch with the primer. You don't want to overwhelm the mini. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My bad. My bad, boys. Go. Okay. Ugh. Welcome, welcome in, Blue King. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ugh. Yes, this is not very clean here on this side of the mini. Come on. Focus, focus. This side's not super clean, but I just know the arm's gonna cover it up, so I'm like, cool, I don't have to worry as much. This... Let's here. Resin minis are easier to deal with priming than pewter. Well, yeah, isn't pewter a metal? That's gonna be super annoying to prime. Plastic or resin is gonna be significantly easier, yeah. Guess I don't need to pay too much attention to this back piece here because the wings are gonna be covering it, but oh well. Oh well, too late. I'm paying attention to this very small, obscure detail. Yo? What's your opinion on the Black Templars? I like the Black Templars. I think they're cool. Get this arm painted. Man, I like having this pauldron like separate from the body. makes it so much easier. Who would imagine? Painting custodians? No. Sanguinary Guard. Focus. Okay. Check. Gotta do the cables on this guy, because we got that black painted. One day Aurelia will finish her custodies. Yeah, well, I have to finish these because these are... I'm contractually obligated to finish these. I also really want to paint these. If I get my Retributor armor can, apparently if I shake that up really well and I use it to base my minis, I'm more likely to get my custodies done, but I have to like sit and like test it. Because I did use the Retributor spray on one mini and I didn't really like how it turned out, but apparently I just need to really shake it up. And then it'll be comparable to just basing it, because the part that takes the longest, I think, is getting all the gold applied and applied evenly. But if I get the spray can to work, we can make some serious progress. I'm gonna wash this brush really fast. For cans, I usually shake them for like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I was shaking this one for like a minute or two, whatever it was on the directions. I did not do 5 to 10. But this is my first time really using metallic. Or it was. Yeah, these hoses are really hard to get to. We're gonna do this so I can... Come on, focus, please. Focus! There we go. These hoses are a lot harder to get to. A lot harder to get to, harder to reach. How is it going? I just got my airbrush setup running. Ah, it's going well. I'm excited for you. The airbrush stuff is really nice when you get it going. Especially like when I use mine for my marble effects. I really love it for that specifically. Oh my gosh. There's this tiny gap here I gotta get with the black. Ugh. Sorry, chat. I gotta look at this one directly. Little tiny gap here. Think I got it though. Okay. This guy. What color did they make the vials here? Reference. Okay. Oh, they're not vials. Duh. Duh, they're not vials. Ugh. Do you tape off smaller models or just the airbrush for base coating? So when I say I use the airbrush, it's for bigger models or like my bases. Actually, I can show you this base. You only see part of it because the mini is covering it, but there you go. So I do the bases like that, and then the other, one of the other big projects I did. One second. I have to not knock over my other minis while I grab this one. Oh, there's another one. Go here. Sorry, chunker. The Bane blade. So I did these in like segments. The Bane blade, the Jade blade. That's what this guy is. Let me move that out of the way so I can set him down. So I don't usually do small things on minis, marbled. It's flat surfaces, large surfaces. Yeah, it's very large. Rice Seeker, yeah. I also have a knight. He's behind me on the desk. I gotta make him all shiny. Yeah. So this is my Bane blade. I love him. He turned green on accident, but that's okay. We still love him. Yeah, he's a big boy. A very big boy. So the marbling is only for large pieces and flat pieces. Oh, time is it? Oh my gosh, we've only been doing this for 2 hours. Oi. I'm tired. Oh no! I don't know when this happened. Shoot. Alright, well, we're gonna fix that right away. No battle damage. These guys are perfect. They're flawless. They get their armor repaired on a regular basis. Okay, well, I might have to do a second coat again after that. What happened? I accidentally got some black on my red pauldron that I painted. Okay, what's next? The brownish black, I think. Let me check this art really fast. That's gold, so we're good there. I'm referencing images here. Yeah, okay. We've gotta, we gotta do the brownish, like, leather bits. Oh my goodness. Chat, I need another code red. I need another Mountain Dew. I'm tired. Brother, I'm eepy. The gold glove is amazingly on brand. I love that. Thanks. It was my mod suggestion. And it makes it so my grubby little fingers don't accidentally take off paint with my fingers. My oily hands. Not that my hands are oily, it's just they have natural oils. Okay, yeah, we gotta do the pouches next, because I guess we could do the guns, too. Well, we have the blackout. Maybe we should do the guns. Yeah, I think guns are the next step here. Okay. Sounds like someone's sleepy. Yeah, I stressed myself out by trying to troubleshoot. And yeah. I wasn't like stressed out. Gotta send in the emergency code red. I don't have any at my house. I'd have to go to like a nearby gas station or something. Look, the gold ones were not cheap. Like, comparative to, like, you can get the black gloves. I prefer the black gloves, personally. But considering I can write these off on my taxes, and I get so many comments about them being, like, gold, I was like, well, it seems like it's worth it. Perhaps I should just do it. What about cans of Baja Blast? I would try to limit how much Mountain Dew I have. I haven't gone to the store to get any recently, but I should. At this rate, with how eepy I am. We're just gonna paint the whole gun black, except for the I'll try to avoid the blood drop here. You get black? Yeah, you can get black ones off, like, Amazon. I think I found black ones at, like, the store, too. Yeah. Come on. Come on, camera. Camera. Figure it out, buddy. There we go. Caffeine addiction. Have you tried getting a GamerSup sponsorship? Mods, hit them with the link. Mods, hit them with the link. Yes, I actually do have GamerSup's sponsorship. I just don't prefer the amount of caffeine in their standard flavors. Like, it's 150 milligrams a serving. I love their flavors, but that's a lot. You just ordered some? No! Oh, yeah, I forgot. Chat. If you are in need of some GamerSups, they're currently doing a Christmas in July thing where the more tubs you buy, the more additional free stuff you get. Let me look. I meant to post it yesterday, but I got sidetracked. So if you get one tub, you get your choice between two waifu cups. 2, you get some stickers, or a small merch item. At 3 tubs, you get a t-shirt. At 4 tubs, you get a waifu jug. At 5 tubs, you get a large merch item, which is probably like a hoodie or something. And at 6 tubs, you get a V cardigan, which is a new thing they have. They have good stuff. So, use code Aurelia if you need more GamerSups and you want to be, if you want to be not tired. If you don't want to be like me, get some GamerSups. This gun, done getting all these little angles here. My one problem with GamerSups is that they don't show the flavors like out in front, easy to see. I think they changed it recently because I was looking at their site. Let me look. You have to like click on the flavor, I think, But I believe they made it easier. Okay. I just want... Show me the flavors. Yeah, so what they have now is when you go to the Gamer Supps page, you still have to click on... you still have to click on the flavor, but now it shows at the top. Before it was, like, buried. So it makes your life easier. I wonder if you can search by flavor. And one thing you can do, I just tested it. If you want to like look for a specific flavor, so like I just looked up raspberry and it shows all of the flavors that have some amount of like raspberry, I think. Let me just click on this. Let me check. Yeah, it does do that. So if you want, you can look that way. So like raspberry, I look up at Red 40, Liquid Assets, Motion Potion, which is Gamerade, Queso's Nuclear Bombsicle, that's blue raspberry, but raspberry's in the name. So you can search that way to make your life easier. Do I have a favorite flavor? I like Bricky's Sweet 6-pack. I also like Good, which is cherry, and then Cherry Limesicle is great, and VTuber... No, Anime Girl Thighs. How is the Skitter plushie going? Oh my gosh. Thank you for the super chat. We're working on that. The manufacturers are kind of taking their sweet time. But we are hoping to have pre-orders in August. So sometime next month. Anime Girl Thighs. It's Orange Creamsicle. That's the name of the flavors. Okay, what is he doing? Gun. That's right. Gun. I need to get in with a finer brush and get some of the finer details. I have a little too much paint on my brush. Okay. I am somewhat colorblind, so I made my Blood Angels green. Is that heresy? No, it could be a successor chapter. That's fine. It's a bit unconventional, but nothing wrong with that. Bro. I have half of mine be like, chat, will you wait 10 minutes? What, chat, can you wait while I go get a do? Oh my goodness. Alright, I gotta get these tiny, the handle. The handle is painted gold because I painted the hand. See, I say mini painting isn't like very stressful, but it's like when I get the really tiny details, they irk me. It irks me. Do orcs bleed red canonically? No, red. They bleed red. I'm pretty sure they're red. I feel like in my book they say they bleed, like it's like a bloody, like a red pulp or something like that. Yeah, very bright red, so they have blood. human looking blood, but it's not. Don't be fooled. There we go. We adjust the zoom and all of a sudden it's Angie. There. Huh. Okay, that gun is done. Oh. There we go. I was like, what? Why isn't that getting covered up? Okay, got that done. Let's get this gun painted. So we just need the gun, not the magazine. We'll get the silver on this later. But I want to... I don't know if we'll... well, yeah, we'll have time to get the wash done today, I think. Once we hit the wash, though, we're kind of at an impasse. Because I can't do much more painting while I'm waiting for the wash to dry. So once we get... So the strat is... The plan is we're going to paint the leather pouches. And once we do that, we'll get the wash ready. Nice gold glove. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, once we get that done, that might be a good spot to stop today. I forget, this always takes me longer than I anticipate. Like, oh, it'll take me this long. And I'm like, oh no, what about all these like little tiny details? Oops. It's fine. Yeah, I gotta eat too. Because I started stream late, all of my plans, all the things I planned for lunch just like out the window. I'm like, well, okay. One of my buddies bought me some tempestuous ions to paint. Nice! May I make a recommendation on how you could maybe paint your tempestuous ions? Let me show you my idea for your minis. Okay, I'm obviously kidding. I'm gonna lead with this. I'm mostly messing around. The Tempris Auxilia is our fun, awesome, custom guard unit. That's what you guys are. Let me pull up this one. There's other art. You can find this on the Discord. But you should paint him like the guy on the left. You should do that. Your miniatures are gorgeous and glorious. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. I'm just a painter. I don't really... I'm not super, I wouldn't say I'm super talented, but I do a good job, I think. I'm very green to this, so noted. Yeah, I'm mostly kidding. I think it'd be cool if you painted them like this, but you don't have to, of course. Wet my brush again. I just watched your reaction for the latest 100th Parenting episode. I fear for Grimmel. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Just accept it. She won't be with us for much longer. So tiny. I'm not super skilled with painting, like, black. Like, I probably shouldn't have painted this black. I probably should have done, like, a gray so then I can do, like, proper shading. I'm not very good with black, I think, as a whole. Ugh. New brush swap. Switch out. It's been a while since I joined one of these. Oh, good to see you, Dr. Leon. We're just vibing and hanging. Black and... Okay. Now we gotta mix our brown and black together. Let's see. Have any... Oh. Look at this. Chat, we might have a napping stream. Might have a napping stream. Ugh. Okay. Let's see here. Do I have any? Oh. That's a... No, we'll just get my brown that I have. My regular acrylic paint, and we'll mix something together. Here. Ooh, a bean bag, or like in a hammock. That sounds... Ooh. And now I'm getting hungry. Oh, this is bad. So what happens when you start stream an hour later? I'm supposed to normally eat it this time, because stream is done by this point. Oh. That was too much brown. Well, it's fine. Fun. And actually, I'll just mix it with my regular black. I don't want to mix it with my Citadel. I need only a little darker than this. We'll see how that goes. See how this turn. It's gonna be too black. Yep. There's a little too much. We'll just make it, we'll start again. That turned out weird. May I ask how the dice turned out? Sure, 1 second. I actually... Oh, they're right over there. I was like, they were on my desk. I showed them off earlier in stream, but I assume you weren't here. Okay. I'm not an Eldar. Excuse me. I may be sleepy, but I'm not an Eldar. Here, I'll show you really fast. This is the Alfarius, the big D20. Turned out really nice. There's the snake head. My worst pour ever. I only had half of the voltage dice come out somewhat decent. But I think they'll be good. But the dice that I really wanted to succeed and turned out great were the Alpha Legion dice. They turned out really nice. I have to cast them into numbered ones like this. But they turned out good. I'm not even a half elf. Excuse me, I'm an abhuman. How dare you? So rude. My black got mixed into my brown. Too much. Too much. I think this is what I want. Go. Yeah, I think this is the shade I want. It's a few shades lighter than the other one I mixed, so this'll work. Isn't an abhuman still a mixed breed? It just means they're an abnormal human. Not necessarily mixed breed. It's usually that the conditions of the planet that they're from are different from... They're outside the normal range of, like, other human planets. Not necessarily mixed breed. Like, are Ogrins mixed breeds? No, not necessarily. It's just the planet they were from had high gravity, so they got big and strong. So it's not the same. Okay. I need a little bit of water. Oop. And then we'll do the little packs. And we'll use a wash and they'll get even darker. I'll get used to it eventually. Well, I might have watered it down a little too much. Dang, it was 1 drop of water and a decent amount of paint. I'm surprised. Dang, I'm gonna have to make some more. Boo! I'll just add a little bit more of this. Okay. There we go. That should work. Whoa. Mods, ban him. He called me a Dark Eldar. Ban that guy. That's very serious. It's one thing to call me an Eldar. See, I can tolerate some things. I can't tolerate that. We're gonna come back to this guy. That needs to dry. Get him, mods. Get him, mods. He's on YouTube. Get him. Get him. No, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. It's Rubik. Get him. Get him. Yeah, we need several coats of this brown to get past some of the gold that I had painted on this. Dude, is it still too watery? Man. Maybe I just need to do layers. But once we get the wash done, the next time we like get to these minis, it'll be a lot, we'll be into like the details. And that's kind of fun. Because you could feel like you're getting somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yep. He has been got. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. I hope you didn't actually ban him. I think you just deleted his message. Or timed him out. Please tell me you didn't ban him. I was being facetious. Didn't know that was a bannable subject. No, it's not really. But calling me a Dark Eldar is very rude. The brown looks really nice. This isn't... There we go. Oh no, we poked him too hard with the pitchforks. Who knew that humans couldn't take several holes in their torso? They are weak to holes in the torso. I'm gonna do this to make it consistent here. Make the colors at least somewhat consistent. Do a really light layer of this darker brown and then do the lighter brown on top of this. Sorry. Sorry, you can't see anything. If you were an Eldar, would Aurelia be a Dark Eldar? No, she is like Black Rage. It's just Black Rage. Because I'm not an Eldar. Even in hypotheticals, I'm not an Eldar. Take notes. I'll let that sit. Oh, we need to paint skull. Because the skull's gonna get a wash too. Which, I guess that's good, because we need to do the purity seals as well. Ugh. Normal Eldar is fair game. No. No, it's not. Dark Eldar is too far. I don't think Aurelia would be a human skin jacket kind of gal. No. That's not me. Ushab T-Bone, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it however I feel like. Isn't there a lawsuit because Google AI still calls you an Eldar streamer? Does it still call me that? Excuse me? I thought I sued them. Well, I don't pop up when you look up Eldar streamer anymore. It shows up another YouTuber. Oh, what if I say Eldar VTuber? Hang on. Ah, dang it. Dang it. We love it when the AI hallucinates. If Google says so, no, Google is wrong. Hang on. Okay. We need this for our purity seals. I just need a tiny midge over here. Only the tiniest ace. Tiny. We only have a couple purity seals. Okay, we'll do the spear first. I have like paint on my breath. Need my finer tip brush here. Okay. Sorry. I was lined up and then I got another brush and I moved my hand. There, I do that. I get it all? Boom. Okay. Change this song. There we go. Cauldron. Chat, it's been a while since we've done this, but if you look up Warhammer VTuber, who pops up? I don't know if it'll be me. But who pops up if you look up Warhammer VTuber? I'm sure Custodian VTuber would be me, but what about Warhammer VTuber? I must claim the top. I must be the top result. I will not rest until that is the case. I do? Yay! Yay. Yay, I love that. Let's see. I believe you, I just want to see it. Warhammer. Oh! Yeah, it's like pictures of me. Me. Beautiful. We love to see it. Yes, Christian von Carmian. Oh, that's because he has it in his YouTube channel title. For me, it shows me at the top. It's 40k VTuber. I am just under Aurelia. I don't have Warhammer VTuber in my title. Good, good, good. Alright, let me get this security seal. And then we gotta get the skull too. We're gonna need another coat on this layer on the bottom. This edge here. There we go. AI overview mentions you first too. Nice. Oh, unless it's the Eldar one, then that's a crime. Oh, the purity seal. Oh shoot. The purity seal wraps around his arm. I didn't realize that. All right, well, let's fix that. Like, see, it wraps around his arm. I didn't notice that initially, so. Easy enough fix. While we're here, I'm also gonna paint the hilt of his sword with this brown, leathery color. Focus, please. That way I don't worry about it later, and the brown looks good. Okay. Okay, there we go. What else? The skull, the skull. Skull, skull, skull. Saw the Radiant Suns lore. It's so well done. GW should make it canon, in my opinion. My community did such a fantastic job with them. I have nothing but high praise. They did all the lore. I gave them, I said this is their name, and they said, oh, this is cool. What if we did something with it? And they did, and it's amazing and incredible. Give them all the praise. They did such a really good job. We'll you know, we'll do that next week. We'll do some Radiant Suns stuff. Get this skull. We're just gonna Or do I want to do some of the details now? I don't have to touch the skull later. I keep giving myself extra steps to do before we get the wash done. Maybe we won't do the wash. Maybe I'll do... it depends on how fast I am. If I can paint this skull and get some of the details done, the wash would be better with the skull pretty much completed. Okay, yeah, we'll paint the skull, but I have some silvers and blacks, and that shouldn't be too difficult, in my opinion. Ugh. They look good, cute little angels. Thank you, thank you. You're not done yet. We haven't even done any shading. Once we get some shading on here, man, they're gonna be nice. Gonna be really nice. And we haven't even done the wings. Oh my gosh. Actually, guys, I think we're gonna wait to do the wash because I want to prep the wings and get at least the gold painted on them. That way the wash is consistent. And like, yeah. The wash is always the last step. I'm doing highlights, so it can't be my last step. I think we gotta get a few more things completed. We've got some more steps we gotta do. Yeah, no wash today. Sorry, changed my mind. Changed my mind. Oh, we didn't get these. Gotta paint these. Okay. This side. Okay. Gonna let that sit, and then we're gonna do the lighter brown on top. They're gonna have slightly different shades. And you guys can't really tell, I just painted this, but this one is a lot lighter. Which honestly kind of works. They do all have kind of unique armor, so it's not too surprising that their belts might also be different. This guy right here, whose belt I'm painting now, he is older than his fellow Sanguinary Guard, so his stuff is probably just gonna look a little bit more worn from use. Top of the belt. Oh shoot, there's a black gap there I need to get. Oops, alright. Missed some sections here. Fix that. Being new and having gone with Thousand Suns, I'm tempted to not do a wash at the end, just to have the colors vividly bright as Tzeentch's flames intended. That is true, they are very bright. That's tough. Because the shading, I feel like with Thousand Suns would really get, like, those, the lines. Because, you know, they have that blue and gold stripe. And it will really highlight the difference between those two colors. Because you'll have that gap, you'll have that shaded gap. But having them be that bright is really nice. What was the other black part? Oh. Oh, there is. See that? Pretty minor though. Oh yeah, this gap right here. There's a gap. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back over in some places and get the gold all patched up. What color is his little thing? I think it's white, like solid white. Yeah, it is. Ooh, I almost dripped paint right on this bad boy. Oh, they certainly look better than anything I could paint. That's not true. Practice. I know, sound like a broken record when I say it, but practice, you'll get there. Guarantee. It just takes time. I was not like this first out the gate. That is watery. You want to see my first mini? Here, move these out of the way. And this is my first mini. Actually, I'll hold it with this hand so you don't get too much gold for my hand. Yeah, Trajan was my first mini. I got it as a gift, and then I painted him on stream. And this is one of my standard Femstodes. And if you want to do a comparison, which one looks better? This one. But that came with practice. And I even think I could do this. I have another set of wardens. I could probably do it even better than this. Because I painted these a while ago. I think your first looks quite good. It does. I'm quite pleased with it as a whole, but like, I was very anal about it when I was making it the first time. I didn't even do the crackly bits on his power axe. I might do a repaint. Get another one. Wow, cool Stormcast Eternals. Your first message and you try to rage bait me. It's working. It's working. It's Ganondorf. Oh no, I just made him a redhead because I was gonna use him as a proxy. Because I was gonna use him as like a proxy for myself. But all that said, practice. Unfortunately, you also made his skin a little green. It's not green. That's actually just a beige. I didn't use a wash on it. I thought about putting a wash on it, but I, like, decided not to since, you know, preserve. It's just like the beige of the purity seals. Or a similar shade. It's not exactly the same shade. Camera makes it look green. Yeah, it's not green. Thank you. Glad you like my nails there. I've got paint underneath them now. Yeah, no, it's just too watery. I need to have paint on here that's not watered down. I might just use do a drop of this. No, it's too watery. I need like just regular white paint. But I don't want to bust open my white scar. 1 second. I have a regular. Oh, but it's a satin. I have a standard white. It's fine. It's fine. I'm using a wash on it. It's fine. Here, we're just gonna do this. I'm just gonna dip into the top. It's not worth trying to get a tiny amount out. We are not watering this down. Like, we're not thinning this because I want it to cover up the black. And I don't want to do 50 coats. That kind of does. Okay. That's better. The wash is gonna make it look nice, but I just want a nice little... That white stripe a detail on the mini, or did you have to freehand that? Oh no, that's a detail on the mini. It's raised. You can kind of see here that it's raised. I did not do that. Oh gosh, I'm not a freehander. Definitely not a freehander. This one's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna marble this, but I gotta do it after the wash, otherwise it will get drowned out. I don't mind if this white kind of fades a little bit, but... Let me think. So I did the white there. The servo skull. Just joined. Were we painting Sanguinary Guard? Yes, Sanguinary Guard, and we're doing a little kit bash with the Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternal, so we're gonna have some beautiful wings here. They'll look very nice. At least that's the plan. But right now we're painting the base, and then the wings and the jump packs will be separate. Oh, I should probably prime those so I could get those at least in the right colors. Let's see here. We're gonna paint the skull. And I don't know if I'm gonna thin any of this down. Why not open it? One thing. Yeah, lead belcher if I've opened. I have not opened this one. So we will. Thankfully, the servo skull isn't too complicated. We're just gonna do his little probes in a lead belcher. The wash will do all the heavy lifting because I don't want to spend too much time. I should also add, for that guy who just joined, this is a kitbash. So, this skull is not normally on the Sanguinary Guard model. I've included him because this guy is like my tech marine of the Sanguinary Guard. Like, he's the most techy. Probes the same color, these little antennae. Yeah, it's from the Skitari Marshal. I said, your bits and bobs are mine. And I stuck them on this guy. It blends pretty well. I'm very proud of how I combined the kits. I'm gonna make this back part just completely metal. He's got to be reinforced since he's been deployed on an Astartes. Being new to the lore, do they have to decapitate someone to make a servo skull? Usually the person's already dead. So they would have to, you know, chop up the body. Bit morbid, but yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not a Mechanicus painter. I don't paint those minis, but I'm like, this one shade of like metal is fine. It's good enough for me. I don't need all the different shades. Oh. There's really tiny details on the skull. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get those because they need to be metal. They need to be this metallic, but I don't know how to paint that without messing up the rest of the skull. And get my thinner brush. Or is this my thinner brush? This is my thinner brush. Honest question, why not use a female Stormcast body and kitbash them into a Custodes? I don't like the Stormcast Eternal models. I like the Custodes models. I only want to kitbash things that I think could be improved on. And I like the Custodes models more than the Stormcast ones. And I don't really care about making my Custodes look feminine. I know that's kind of like a surprise probably to most people, but I don't care. Okay. The striper's at all metal. It's all metal on. Actually, I'm gonna pretend it's all metal. Who cares? It's all metal in my mind. I don't have to be as delicate. Oh, sorry. Just off screen here. Nice. Yay! It's hard for it to focus on just the skull. Can a Space Marine become a Custodian? No. No, it's two completely different processes. The Custodes are individually done, so their genetics are taken into account when they are made into Custodes. Astartes is primarily based off their Primarch's gene seed. They still go through all the surgeries and procedures, but it's less personalized. So no, an Astartes can never become a Custodian. So not every Custodian was royalty, but there was at least one batch of Custodians that were created from the warlord enemies of the Emperor. He basically conquered their nations and they said, your son is mine and he's gonna be my bodyguard, which honestly is a huge flex. He's like, I'm gonna indoctrinate them and then they're gonna be my bodyguards and they're gonna love me. Like Ra Endymion, one of those people. The skull, I think, is done. Let me just do a little touch-up on the back here. Yep, all done. Good. Okay. I think between these guys, I think they're pretty much... Oh, I gotta do the brown here. We're almost done today anyways. I have to eat. Gotta eat. I think for the bases though, like in terms of like their bodies, I think we've got them pretty covered. So it's just a matter of getting the wings primed. Get that other mini... I have to finish the green stuff on it. I've decided I'm not going to do that on stream. I got to make the wings on his armor. I'm not really looking forward to that. They look amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We haven't even done shading and highlights. They're going to get much, much better. And I've got to do some touch-ups to make sure the gold is not too... jank, because we're gonna be doing a wash probably next stream. Yeah, these two will have the same wash, but their armors are different colors. You can see this one's Retributor armor. This one's, I think, is Skull Crusher brass. So they're two different shades, but we'll use the same wash for their armor. The other one will use a completely different one. Whoa. Whoa. I find Sanguinius very much overglazed. Yes, he did some cool stuff during the Siege of Terra, and then died like a piñata. But I never really got the hype for him. Okay. Let me explain to you what I like Sanguinius. So, I understand people's complaints, and they're like, ah, he's overhyped, he's not that cool, he's actually kind of lame. But the thing that I like the most about Sanguinius, and no, it's not that he's hot. I've said this before, so forgive me, chat, if some of you have heard this before. I'm gonna, you know, repeat myself. My favorite part about Sanguinius, because a lot of people say, oh, well, he's perfect, so that's why you like him. Like, well, yeah. I can understand why you think that, but it's actually that he's not perfect. That's why I like them. That's why I like him so much. Because people say, oh, he's so perfect, like, he can't do anything wrong. Like, no, no, no. See, he is this close from having everything fall apart around him. He recognizes his flaws and his weaknesses. And in spite of that, he pushes his sons and he pushes himself to be better. Well, he got turbo killed. That's like a weird argument. But that's why I like him so much. He's not perfect. He recognizes that. He recognizes that he's infallible. He isn't infallible. My bad. So that's why I like him so much. He's worked hard to build his sons up because his sons used to be like monsters, but he has worked the discipline, the self-control to make them into the incredible legion they are today. I think that's nothing to scoff at. He's more impressive than people give him credit for. They just chalk it up to like, oh, well, he's supposed to just be your perfect character, whatever, not a big deal. Things would be in a way worse position if Sanguinius didn't have struggles and then like overcame those. He was actually very much tempted when it came to siding with Khorne in the Cygnus cluster. It was only the sacrifice of one of his sons that he was basically like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. He almost gave up everything. It was going to be terrible. So, there you go. That's my rationale. You don't have to like him, of course, but I feel like, do people maybe make too much out of him? Perhaps. But I think there's more to his character than people give him credit for. So, yeah. Those are my many cents. That's what I got. Ugh. But overall, let me take my glove off. My hand is sweaty. Kinda gross. Okay. One moment, let me close this. Let me rinse this off. We got quite a bit done. It doesn't seem like we did, but we got the red, we got the black. Like, we're almost ready for a wash. I need to do a little bit of touch-up on the areas where the colors mix. So, back here, there's a little bit of black on the gold. So yeah, this is pretty much ready for a wash. Maybe a little touch-up here and there. And this one here too. A little... there's a little tiny gap here I need to get. Very, very small gap. There you go. Sorry. Got that. Including the spear. Very simple looking arm. Maybe I could get a little black in that gap. And then I'll do the magazine off camera, I think. I found Sanguinary too much of a saint martyr, but haven't been able to read about him. I'm just familiar with how everyone else sees him. Yeah, that's like the big, like, the main thing about him, but he's a lot more than that. So. Okay. We're gonna switch over. And we'll raid someone. I said we would raid someone last night. Said we'd raid someone today. So the plan, hopefully, I am really hoping that I can get the Dawn of War 2 stuff fixed so we can play that tomorrow. I'm really sorry that stream was late and that we're not even doing the thing I said we would do. So forgive me. I will be working on that tonight. It looks like the game works fine now, but we got to figure out how to get it going on the capture card. So thank you for your patience with that. Oh. Ouch. My neck. So let's see what people are up to. I know Offkai is this weekend. Obviously I'm not there. Mel just sent me a message. She was like, "Are you at Offkai?" I'm like, no, not at Offkai, sorry. Sorry, not at Offkai. Let's see here. Who can we raid into? We got a lot of people. On Saturdays, we got lots of people we can say hi to. We can meet. Let me see. Oh, we haven't raided her in a while. Xenia. We haven't raided her in a bit. We should do that. Okay. Fare thee well, sister. I will see you later. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow with Dawn of War. If not, I'll try to give you guys a heads up. I really did want to play it, but it's being so weird. Alright, we're gonna raid into Xenia. So, for those of you... I don't know if she's streaming on YouTube. Probably not. So, guys, please be good. I will catch you all later. What? Oh, did she just enter stream? Hang on. I'm looking in like the raid section and she might have just ended. Oh yeah, she just ended. Hang on, never mind. Because I was like, why isn't she popping up? Yeah, because she's not streaming anymore. Let's see. Alright, well, I found someone else who's playing Pal World. Looks like fun. Her name's Rosie. I don't know. Let's go say hi. Alright, chat. I will see you later. Please, 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 please. Don't skip leg day, okay? Don't do it.